Is my screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have already shared the syllabus. So in this syllabus, the credit is 3. That means we have 30 lectures. But maybe the number may be vary. Okay, depending on the requirement. And but in per week we have 3 classes. Accordingly, it is distributed, but it is not the final one. There may be some verification as per the requirements. And the thing is that what are the content we are going to discuss during this course. Okay. The whole syllabus is divided into 5 units as per the AICT norms. In the first unit, we have an introduction. In introduction, there's some basic information about the particular course is given. Then in next unit, we have to go to the finite automata. What is the which is the next important part of formal language and automata. So in finite automata, we have to go to DFA and NFA or NBFA, which is also known as a NFA. Okay. In second unit, this DFA and NFA is most essential and most important concept we have to understand during this second unit. Then in the third unit is divided into two individual topics called one is called regular expression and regular languages. Under this, we have to go through some regular expressions, then languages, then properties of languages, etc. And in second one, we have to go through some grammars, context-free grammars and languages. Then unit 4 we have to go to some push down automata and contextual languages, and in the last unit is called tuning machines. So basically the whole syllabus is divided into 5 individual units. Then let's start with the introduction part. Okay. This file is already shared with you. Headphone so nice again headphone. Okay. So basically as I told you yesterday, the particular course named as Formal Language and Automata, which is also known as Theory of Computing, Theory of Computation, is basically the theoretical explanation of the computer system. Like suppose, uh, do, do, do- uh, suppose data structure. Okay, in data structure or in C programming, I think you have gone through different topics like flow chart, then algorithms, then pseudocode or the source code. Okay, yes or no? Hello, hello. Any response? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, it is audible now. Uh, so do you know the differences? Because all these concepts are used to represent the same thing. Suppose you have to write a program. Okay, you have to write a program. To write before writing a program, you can go for the flowchart. You can go for the algorithms. You can go for the pseudocode. Okay, after that only you are writing the actual high level coding. Do you know the importance of these individual entities called suppose flow chart, then suppose algorithm, then suppose pseudocode? Do you know the difference and do you know the importance of these individuals? Do you know the difference between all these things? So, flow chart, algorithm, and pseudocode. Am I audible now? Look, no. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yeah. So it's audible but not clear.
Is it clear now? Is it clear now?
Sir, it is clear now.
Okay. So now tell me, do you know the difference between flow chart, then algorithm, then pseudocode? Because all these three individuals are used to represent the same thing. Call suppose if you are writing, you want to write a program, you have to go through all these things. So what is the importance and what is the difference of these three individuals? Prosenjit, you have to give the response, then only I can understand whether you have to go through all this or not. If you are sit silent, it is not possible actually for me to uh, go through all the topic.
Sir, in flowchart, we write the program's symbols.
Yes, yes, that means it is a diagrammatical representation. In simple
Yes,
terms,
sir.
in
And
flowchart we use some symbols to represent the steps, that these are the steps may be occurred during the execution, or these steps may be followed by the program. That means it is a diagrammatical representation. And what is algorithm?
yes, sir.
In algorithm we are not using any symbols, we are writing theoretically, we are writing something. Suppose step 1, read a and b. Step 2, if this, then it will. That means in algorithm or step by step explanation of the program. That means it is a theoretical explanation. Just compare two
Yes, sir.
things. In one approach we are using some symbols, where we are using some diagrams to represent the same thing. In another approach we are using theoretical explanation to explain the same thing. That means our goal is same. Our goal is to explain the uh, execution, or explain the characteristics or working principle. In simple terms we can say that we are trying to explain the working principle of a particular program via flowchart or via algorithm. If you go for flowchart, that means you go for the diagrammatical explanation using some symbols or using some diagrams. Or if you go for the algorithm, you adopt the theoretical explanation. Is it clear now? Yeah, you can give your reply in the chat box. Okay, yes, yes, no need to every time, no need to turn on your audio. You can simply give us your reply in the chat box. Okay. Okay. Ankumani, we are discussing about some basic things about data structure, which is related to our current topic. We are discussing about the flowchart and algorithms of a particular program, why you use them, and what is the difference of them. That means we use the flowchart, we use the algorithm to represent the working principle of a program. But the main motto is goal is same. That means we are using flowchart, we are using the algorithm to explain the working principle of a particular program, but their approaches are different. That means if you go for the flowchart, you use some diagrams, you use some symbol. That means, so that's why it is known as a diagrammatical representation. And if you go for the algorithm, we use some theoretical concept. That's why it is known as a theoretical explanation. That means to explain the same thing, we can use the diagrammatical approach, we can use the theoretical approach. So similarly, in terms of computers, we can explain the working principle. We can explain the working principle in diagrammatical way. Suppose using symbols, that this is CPU, this is monitor, this is keyboard, this is suppose UPS. If you press any key in the keyboard, this using a arrow mark, we can give an arrow to the CPU, that the data will flow from keyboard to CPU. Any arrow mark in CPU, these are the internal components, and data will flow like this. Then from CPU there is a arrow mark to monitor. After processing, the data will be come out from the CPU and go to the monitor, and it will be available there. Okay, that means in diagrammatically we can use, or we can explain the working principle of a computer system, but it is not sufficient to explain everything in diagrammatically. Okay, that's why we need the theoretical explanation, because once we are clear about the theory, then only we can go for the practical one. Am I correct? If we are clear about the theory, then only we can go for the practical one. Am I correct? You can yes. Ankumani, is it clear now? Then whatever you have missed, is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So now that means basically in this particular course, we are discussing the theoretical explanation or theoretical uh, computation of a computer system. Okay, and for this we have to go through some specific topics. Okay? Specific topics like you have to go through some languages. Suppose before writing an essay, suppose before writing an essay or writing any summary of any topic, you have to go through a particular language. Suppose you have to go through some English or Assamese or whatever the language you prefer, you have to go through the language. In language you have to go through some grammar, some alphabets, etc. Same thing will happen here. Okay, we'll go through some individual topics, but as I told you, in this particular syllabus, in the introduction part, we are discussing about what is a language. It is not about the English language, or not about the Hindi language or any other language. It is a language which is understandable by the computer. And whenever there is a language, there is a grammar. We have to go through the grammar. What are the grammars? What are the basic elements of a language? We have to go through in this particular topic. Then we have to go to automata, because the topic, the course name itself contains the automata. What is automata? We have to go through. Then relation between the languages, there are different languages are there, different grammatical symbols are there, what are these relationships between the language, grammar and automata, because these are the three individual components. One is called language, one is called grammar, and one is called automata. What are the relationships among them? Then importance of automata theory. Importance of automata theory. In the introduction part, we will discuss the basics about this. And for this, suppose I'm sharing another screen. This one, suppose. Okay. Introduction to finite automata, actually. Okay. Okay. Let's start with the alphabet. And let's see. Before that, okay, I will make it more simpler. Suppose or this one. Suppose class what is automata? Simple. What is automata theory? What is automata theory? Okay. Automata theory is the study of abstract machines and automata as well as a computational problem that can be solved using them. It is a theory or theoretical computer science. The word automata, the plural of automaton, comes from the Greek word automata, which means self-making. That means, what is automata then? It is the study of a machine. That means, in this particular course, what we are going to do, we are going to do or we are going to study about a machine. Okay? We are going to study about a machine. What kind of machine? A computer system. That means our whole curriculum, our whole curricular is somewhere related to the uses of computer system. Am I correct? Our whole syllabus, our whole courses are somewhat which is related to the using of computer system. Suppose we are using the computer system to writing some program, we are using the computer system to develop some software, we are using the computer system to prepare some files, we are using the computer system to access some websites. That means in every course, suppose in database we are designing some databases. Okay. In computer networks we are discussing something about computer networks or try to establish some network. In data structure we are going to we are going to study about the data structures, we are going to implement this data structure in a machine. But in this particular course we are not going to study about the external element, we are going to study about the machine itself. That means how it works. That's why in automata theory means it is the study of the abstract machines and automata, or it is a theory or it is a theory in a theoretical computer science. Okay, that means we are going to study about the machine, how it works, what are the internal computation are going on in each and every moment of the execution of the system. Okay, understood? বুজি পাইছে না সবে? Everyone? Okay.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Then come to the next one. Introduction to finite automata. Or we can also I'll just also share some other content, like suppose in academic, here in the particular course we have already highlighted these things, that the term automata is derived from Greek word, and automation is an abstract self-propelled computing device which follow the predetermined sequence in or sequence of operations automatically. Or automata theory is the study of abstract machines as well as computational problem that can be solved using them. That means in ERP also you will get some notes in your student portal. Everything will be updated there. Okay. Here you will find that this is same thing, or some different elements are already posted in your ERP. You go through the ERP in your student portal and you will get the uh, content over there. Okay. So suppose in detailed notes, why study of automata theory and formal language? That means why we need, because once we have the computer, we have the system already. Yeah, we have the system already. Now it's our it's simply using the system. Then why we need to study about the system? Do you get my point? We have already get the system. So once we get the system, what is the use of studying the system itself? We have the system in our hand, simply go and use it. But it's not like that. If you are not fully aware of the system, how it works, what are the components, suppose if you are not fully aware of the keyboard, mouse, CPU, monitor, UPS, you are not able to handle it properly, because you have to know that yes, keyboard means these elements and we can use this keyboard for this purpose. Okay, this is mouse and the operation of this mouse are this. What is the use of left click, what is the use of right click? That means everything should be known by the user, then only he or she can use it properly. So similarly, if you are not aware of the computer system itself, how you can and utilize it in its fullest? That means since you are a computer science student, you are dealing with the internal elements, internal functionalities. If you are from some other program, suppose you are from microbiology, then no need to go for the internal component, because simply the knowledge about the using a computer is enough for you. But since you are from a computer science, that means you have to write a program, you have to deal with the technical issues of computer system. That's why you have to know the internal or theoretical calculation of the computer system. That's why the study of formal languages and formal automata is very much important. Okay, why study automata theory and formal language? That means a survey of Stanford grade 5 years out asked which of their courses did they use in their job. Basics like programming took the top spots, of course, but among optional courses, automata theory stood remarkably high. That means, as I mentioned yesterday, if you go for the higher studies and higher competitive exams, like suppose GATE, NET, okay, you will get a good amount of questions from this particular course. In Viva also, in your technical interview also, you will get a good amount of uh, questions from this particular course. That's why the study of this automata is very much important. Okay, this is all about the importance of individual elements which is listed in our courses. Suppose uh, why finite automata and regular expression. Regular expression are used in many systems, example Unix, Linux, OS. That means while the developer develop our operating systems, they use the concept of regular expression. When we are when we are discussing the regular expression, it will be more clear. But for now, for this time being, you just remember one point, that you keep this point in your mind, that while the developer developing the operating system, they are using the concept of regular expression. Okay, similarly, why context free grammar? Context free grammar, CFG, are used to describe the syntax of essentially every modern programming language. Because suppose when we write a program, we simply follow the syntax. Suppose printf, bracket, double quote, enter the value, then comma, ampersand, a. This is the syntax. We simply follow the syntax. But do you know from where the syntax come? Do you know how the syntax actually work as a output statement? How this syntax actually know that these are the tasks they have to perform once the a program is executed? Everything is comes from the concept called context free grammar. That's why I have told that this particular course, you are not getting any direct implementation in your computer of this particular paper, but in every point you will find that this concept is coming from the particular course. Okay, then next come to why tuning machine. When developing solutions to real problem, we often comfort the limitation of what software can do. Undecidable things, no program can do it 100% of the time with 100% accuracy. Intraceable things, there are programs but no fast program. Okay, that means in real time solution, if you are finding any real time solutions, okay, then you have to use the concept of tuning machine. That means in everything available in your course, in your syllabus, everything is important while you are dealing with the system, particular computer system. Okay, is it okay everyone? Is it okay? Are you comfortable with it? বুজি বুজি পাইছানে বস্তুবিলাক সবেই? Okay, good. Any query from anyone till this point? Any query? Oh, sir, class, sir. Any query from anyone? Jitul? Unmute yourself.
No, sir, no queries.
No. Nilroton. Nilroton, unmute yourself. Ankumoni.
Sir, নাই এতিয়ালে।
বুজি পাইছা না সবে বস্তুবিলাক till now we have just discussed about the importance of a particular course. That means we are not discussing anything about the course, but we are discussing about the importance of this particular course. That means what are the topics listed in our syllabus and what are the importance of each and every topic. Some topics are associated with the real time problem solving. Some topics are related to the development of a particular operating system or particular systems. Okay. Yes, that is the sequence. That means this is like this, the each and every topic are related to the actual development, but directly we are not developing anything using flat. Suppose in data structure you are discussing about data structure, the variables, then for loop, if else, then suppose tree structure, and after that we can execute something using this topic. Suppose using data structure you can write program, using C you can write program, using C++ you can write program. When you go for the database also you can design some databases. That means you can see the practical uses of this particular course. Okay, but in this course there is no directly practical experiments or uses, but indirectly in every field these particular courses are associated. That's why this course is very much important. Once you are clear about the theoretical explanation, then it will be very much easier for you to go for the practical explanation where these things are directly associated. Okay, is it okay to everyone?
Sir,
কোৱা
no fast program মানে কি হ'ব? Untractable আছে Turing machine।
মানে যেটো আমি হেৰি কৰিছিলো, বাট তুমি কি কৈছিলা?
আপুনি স্লাইড দেখুৱাটো।
ৰ'বা এক ছেকেণ্ড, মই আকৌ কৈ আছো, মই শ্বেয়াৰ কৰি লওঁ ৰ'বা, তাৰপিছত তোমাক কৈ আছো। ফায়াৰফক্স টিউনিং মেচিনত ন? কোনটো কোৱাচোন?
There are programs but no first program, intractable part after undecidable.
Intractable, that means we have some programs. Okay, suppose because since the computer system is capable of doing something. Okay, since the computer system, suppose we are this computer system, for example, suppose let's assume this computer system is capable of doing a task called A. Okay, see, if the computer system is capable of doing anything, that means there is a particular program or there is a group of programs are associated within the computer system using which the computer system can able to do that. বুজি পাইছা এইখিনিলৈকে? যদি এটা কম্পিউটাৰ সিস্টেমে কিবা এটা কৰিব পাৰিছে, if a computer system are able to do anything, that means some programs are associated with the computer system with the help of which the computer system are able to do that. Well, first point is this. Then intractable, that means although we have some program, there are some programs to do a certain things, but these programs are not sufficient. The programs are not sufficient, which as a result we are not getting the actual result, or we are not getting the actual output or desired output in a specific time. Suppose তুমি ক'বলৈ যাব লাগে, তুমি গাড়ী চলি আছে, তুমি ক'বলৈ যাব লাগে গাড়ী চলি আছে, তুমি গৈও পাবাগে সেইখিনি জেগা কিন্তু তুমি সাপোজ আধা ঘণ্টাত পাবগে লাগে গতিকে দেন ইট ইজ নট পসিবল ফৰ ইউ টু ৰিচ দ্য ডেষ্টিনেশ্যন উইদিন দ্য simulated time because if you go with the existing one it will take suppose 3 hours but you have to reach the destination in half an hour বুজি পাইছা নে এতিয়া that we have some programs but no fast program that means we need the improved one that's why we need tuning machine which is associated with the such programs maybe are to enhance the capability of this particular program বুজি পাইছা এতিয়া
sir, বুজিলো।
okay and anyone any query anyone else আৰু কাৰোবাৰ কিবা আছে 3D be active in the class okay if I ask you anything try to respond immediately তেতিয়া মোৰো ক্লাছটো কৰি ভাল লাগিব যে yes students are very much active পটাপট ৰিপ্লাই দিছে via audio or via chat okay try to response immediately সোনকালে ৰেসপন্স বিলাক দিবা তেতিয়াহে মোৰ ক্লাছটো কৰি মোৰ ভাল লাগিব okay the meeting will end in 5 minutes so this is all for today tomorrow we'll start with the introduction part or the first topic of the from the syllabus okay but this is for today you just go to the syllabus and in internet you can search something and try to understand the basics of automata theory okay